Please welcome to the stage Miss Sasha Lukovsky.
Thanks, Del. Good evening, everyone. Now, I do have to stand right at the front here because I fear I really actually can't be seen over this podium. It's a little bit of a problem for me. But yes, beautiful introduction by Megan there. Thank you very much. My name is Sasha Lukovsky. I do represent 21st Century Academy Insurance. That is my name. They are my qualifications. Lukovsky, slight mouthful. Like Megan instigated there, we're going to have to get used to it because I work for a company called Lukovsky Insurance. We had a name change approved by our New York office about 5 hours ago, and I was unable to change it because I, like I said, nearly missed my plane, and I slammed my fingers in my car door, so I was at the doctor most of this afternoon getting x-rays, which is wonderful. Now, before we really get into it, I just have to run through some legal things for ASIC purposes, so bear with me. Lukovsky Insurance are authorised representatives of Marsh. Marsh are one of the biggest risk specialists in the world with over 60,000 employees. Now, all that means for you guys is that when the time comes, you're guaranteed to have your insurance needs tendered to the marketplace, and I'll run through what that marketplace is in a couple of slides' time. Excuse me. But who is Lukovsky Insurance? Now, Lukovsky Insurance was started 25 years ago by my father, Igor Lukovsky, and between us we have 71 years of experience. We have 8 employees, 5 of whom are qualified to give advice. Our offices are in Parramatta in New South Wales, but it's not a boundary to us doing business because we do most of our business by phone and email. We have clients all over Australia and all over the world. I've got a little list there at the end of some of our high-profile clients. Like Megan mentioned, Jamie's one of our clients, as are a lot of the 21st Century staff and speakers, and we've got television personalities, sports personalities, and CEOs of major ASX-listed companies as clients. Now, the only reason I'm telling you this is partly because I'm exceptionally proud of the work that we do, and all we do is risk. All we do is life insurance. We are specialists. Without tooting the horn too much, the name Lukovsky is synonymous with life insurance in Australia. We are very well known. So, these are some of the companies who'll be vying for your business should you actually take out a policy. I'm sure many of you recognise most, if not all of those logos, and I'm not tied to any one of those companies. We're a brokerage. We go to these companies and say, this is my client, this is their situation, this is how much cover I think they need. Give me a quote, give me your best offer, give me the best policy for their needs. So we find you the best company, whether it's one, whether you spread your policies over a couple, there's no problems there. So, let's get down to it. What is insurance and why do we need it? I'm glad you like the picture. It took me ages to source these pictures. Trying to make this subject funny is very, very difficult, but it's doable. Now, insurance is a really simple concept that's been around forever. Insurance is just protection. Protection against what? Protection against loss. It's such a simple concept. People, put up your hands nice and straight if you have some form of insurance in this room. House, contents, car, oh, surprise, surprise. So everyone's got some form of insurance, and you can insure anything that has a value. Car, house, cat, dog, fridge, moustache. Speaking of moustache, Merv Hughes, the Australian cricketer with that big handlebar, during his peak as a cricketer, that handlebar was insured. I don't know what for, I don't know why, but it was such an asset to his cricketing career that it was actually insured. Fact. And guess what I'm getting at there, like I said, is that you can insure anything that has a value. You've got your car, it's valued at $50,000, not insured. You write it off. You have no car. You have to get another one. Where's 50 grand for another car going to come from if it's not insured? Your front pocket. And God forbid if you hit another car, you've got to pony up the dough for their car too. It's just common sense that we get insurance, pay a small premium to get a lump sum if we need it. There we go, rehash. However, there are some cases where you don't need insurance. I'm Russian, this is my family. No, look. The first case is that you have an extremely rich relative who's sworn on the grave of their mother, father, grandmother and the tomb of Tutankhamun that they will look after you in the event of a calamity. Put up your hand in this room if you have one of those people in your life. No, maybe. I was going to say, if anyone did, make friends with that person. Get them to look after you if something happens. But in all seriousness, most people don't. For me, the National Bank of Dad is now closed. So I have to have something to protect myself and my parents' interests, which I'll run through a little bit later on. The second reason is that you have a net working equity of more than $2 to $3 million. Now, this is not, I have a $2 million asset with a $1.5 million debt. Okay? It is unencumbered assets free to earn you an income. So you've got your $2 million asset, you invest that at 6%, it turns over $120,000 a year. If you want more to live on, you need to invest more. Simple. At this stage, this is why we're all here, to work towards this. I'm guessing a lot of people in the room don't have this. So while you're building your wealth, you need to have the proper foundations in place to protect it. Now, in the next section, we're going to run through the types of cover I can offer you guys. Now, I do get a little blasé with these. I don't beat around the bush. I deal with death, disablement, and serious illness on a daily basis with my clients. So I just, try and make it a bit lighthearted, but please don't come and abuse me if you're offended, because it's happened before and it's not really very nice. First one, term life cover, often called death cover or life cover. I like to call it drop dead cover because that's what it is. You drop dead, simple, dead. The insurance companies do not like calling it drop dead cover because it doesn't have a great marketing tone to it. Okay, but it is very simple. Dead. They don't care how you die. Commit suicide if you want, that's covered. We use it for two main things. It is a big lump sum of cash. 200,000, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 10 million. A big lump sum of cash. And the first thing we do is eliminate all your debt. Personal home, investment properties, investment loans, debt-free, unencumbered to earn you an income. The next thing we use the death cover for is a separate capital amount to create an income stream. So you invest this capital amount to create an income stream to support your remaining family members or dependents. And I say dependents there because I have a couple of clients of mine who are the main caregivers to their mentally disabled siblings. So the first thing we do, debt, gone. The second thing, the remaining capital to look after the remaining family members. The next one we've got is called total and permanent disability cover, shortened to TPD. Now this one we often tack on to death cover as the alternative in case you don't do the right thing and die. Okay? You are totally and you are permanently disabled. You are not doing much of anything again. Okay? I guess the way I tend to look at total and permanent disability cover is that it's actually a bit worse from a financial perspective than death. Because if you're the person who becomes totally and permanently disabled, not only now are you not able to bring an income into your family, but you are now drawing down on the income that's left. We use it for exactly the same things as death cover, to wipe out the debt and now to create an income stream to effectively keep you in the best medical care possible with what disability you have. The next lump sum, big injection of cash cover we've got is called critical illness cover. Now this is, if I had to pick a favourite, it would be this one. Okay, this is my favourite insurance cover because I feel it is applicable at any age, whatever you do for a living, whatever risks you entail in your life, because it covers up to 60 crappy medical conditions that can happen to you. The big three are cancer, heart attack, and stroke. So you can see on my little graphic there, we've got a little dartboard. So if you throw a dart at it and you land on one of the crappy medical conditions, the insurance company pays out a tax-free lump sum amount for you to go get yourself better. And they pay it out even if you recover. Because a lot of people are suffering from things like cancer and heart attack now, and they're pretty sick for a couple of years, but they go back to work. So we use the cost of immediate care to substitute your income for a couple of years. I mean, childcare, if you're getting radiotherapy treatments 3 days a week, what are you going to do with the kids when you go to get radiotherapy? And a lifestyle change. But what's really interesting is some of the costs involved. There's a great drug on the market called Herceptin. It's a breast cancer treatment that's fairly new. It reduces the recurrence and it increases longevity of breast cancer sufferers. Now, unfortunately, as effective as it is, it costs approximately $60,000 for a 1-year round. and that is currently not subsidised on the PBS. Where are you going to find $60,000 if you want to keep yourself in the best medical treatment possible? The next we've got is children's critical illness. Now, this is an interesting one. It's just like I said with that critical illness policy before, but it also covers death. It's cheap as chips, and I always recommend it for my clients who have children. The simple fact is with children is they're not bringing in anything financial into your household. Who's a parent? Who's a parent in this room? Who knows that to be true? Yes. They're not bringing anything financially in. But if something was to happen to them, if they were to pass away or get leukemia or something like that, you drop everything for them before you drop it for yourself. So this is just a lump sum payout as well to ease the financial and emotional burden effectively on the parents and, of course, help the little ones. This is an interesting article that I found in the Daily Telegraph on the 16th of November. Strokes a child killer. It's actually, child strokes are one of the top 10 causes of death. And the average age of paediatric stroke is about 7. I didn't know that. That actually really scared me. More than half of the children who survive have long-term disabilities. If you've got a 7-year-old who's disabled for long term, this is why I always add child cover for my parents, for my clients who are parents. So that is our lump sum covers, our big injections of cash to look after the situation. Next, we've got income protection. Who's heard of income protection or salary continuance? Everyone, great, or most people, great. Income protection salary continuance is designed to protect your income in the event that you cannot work due to any sickness, accident, or injury. It replaces 75% of your gross income, and it's not 100% because then you'd have no incentive to get back to work. And it does also cover superannuation contributions. It is fully tax deductible in any circumstances, and it covers you 24/7 anywhere in the world. You can be bungee jumping in New Zealand, going down the bungee jump, reach the velocity point of the bungee jump, slip out of your harness, hit the ground, break 95% of the bones in your body, survive, and make a claim. And I heard a couple of laughs there, and that happened to a client of mine. Survived, and he's fine, but he was off work for a few years, as you can imagine. So what I would say about income protection is if you have a full-time job, you must consider income protection. In fact, you must have it. The scenario is there's very few Australians who can support themselves for more than a couple of months, a year probably, without an income. No mun, no fun. You want to invest in these properties? Everything depends on your income. Everything hinges on that income. The ability to pay back those mortgages to the bank depends on your income. It needs to be protected. We've got some statistics here though. For the year ending 30th of June 2008, and this really surprised me, this really genuinely stunned me, total payouts for those 4 covers that I mentioned there in one financial year topped $3 billion. $12.18 million per working day was paid out for life insurance, the spectrum of life insurance last financial year. For a country that has a population of 21 million odd, that is huge. That is huge statistics. However, what if I'm not insured? I don't want insurance. I don't have insurance at the moment. I haven't really thought about what would happen. Let's run through it. Forgive me, my Queensland compatriots. I didn't look up the statistics for work cover in Queensland, but let me tell you about New South Wales. For the first 26 weeks, if you have a work cover claim, they will pay you 100% of your income. That's 6 months. For the next 26 weeks, it bumps down to the award wage. I'm sure that the award wage for many of you is much less than what you're currently getting paid. After that, the statistics get a little bit hazy, and I'm not quite sure what happens after a year. And that's only if you have an accident at work. So if you have a heart attack at work, for the love of God, throw yourself down the stairs and make it an accident so they pay you. Because if you have a heart attack and just fall over, no pay. Next, we can sell the assets. Now, I love this one. I do. People say to me, I don't need insurance. I'll sell my investment property. Why? Why should you have to do that? You're here for the sole purpose of building your estate. Why do people use their assets as a form of insurance? For me, it defies logic. An asset should be protected. So you've got your investment property, you're like, oh crap, I've been diagnosed with cancer. Okay, how am I going to get some money? I don't have a critical illness policy. How am I going to do this? Right, we'll sell the investment property, put it on the market. What if it sits on the market for 12 months? Okay, so it doesn't. You sell it for much less than it's worth. Fine, you've got some cash. Oh, I've got to pay back the mortgage first. And oh God, what if capital gains tax is payable? At the end of it, you're probably actually not going to be left with much money. Is it worth drawing down the estate that you're trying to build in the first place? You can get a loan. If you don't have an income, good luck with that, especially in this economic environment. If you don't have an income, they're not going to just throw cash at you. And if you do get a loan, you treat yourself for cancer or whatever, you've got the heart attack, fantastic. Then you've got the stress of paying it back when you do get back to work. It's just all of these avenues for me just provide much more stress than they need to. And this is why I'm such a massive advocate of life insurance. Centrelink. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm serious now. If you're a single mother, obviously with a child, single mother, Centrelink will pay you approximately $450 a fortnight. That's if you're a healthy single mother. Not much to live on. It's really nothing. Oh wait, excuse me, I forgot one because I don't have a picture for it. My last one is share trading, options trading. That's fantastic because in theory, all you really need is a finger to do your share trading. All you need is a finger to do your share trading. It's all right, this one still works. But one thing or two things that you need to share trade with is a clear mind. If you've had a neurological condition, if you've had a stroke, how are you going to share trade? If you're like one of my clients who every time the phone rings, he goes into mental breakdowns and sits in the corner crying, who's now on claim for the rest of his life with us, how are you going to share trade? Your situation. From my wonderful little generic slide I've got here, I'm trying to illustrate that everyone's situation is different, which is why if you come and have a review with us over the course of the weekend, we will work out in a 15-minute phone interview, in a 15-minute face-to-face interview out the front there, we will work out what cover is best for your needs. If you have current insurance cover, we'll try and better it for you, see if we can get you a better deal. It's what we do. Insurance and tax, just like the previous slide, everyone's needs with insurance and the tax implications are different. If you've got a self-managed super fund, if you're self-employed, if you're an employee, the way the insurance interacts with those different employment situations can be very beneficial with tax. Again, it's about an hour topic in itself, which is truly thrilling. But if you would like to have a chat about your tax implications with me, please make an appointment over the course of the weekend. Do not do this, people. Do not do this. I'm here to educate. That's my primary objective. I love what I do. I love educating, and this is what I try to do for my clients. So look, find out whether you're paying too much if you've got current cover, and find out what the best cover is for your needs. I'm Sasha Lukowski. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for laughing at my jokes, and I look forward to seeing you.